What's up everyone, Subterranean here, and lately I've noticed a trend on YouTube where producers make different beats and tracks with some really outlandish samples from internet memes or old video games or other interesting sources, and they actually make some pretty cool music with these very outlandish sounds. So I thought I would do something similar, and an idea popped in my head to make a beat with Microsoft Windows sounds from the old Windows operating systems. And I know it's pretty funny that I'm using Windows sounds on a Mac computer, but I don't really have a bias towards Windows or Mac. In fact, I actually prefer Linux. So, I've got my Windows samples right here. I downloaded these a while back, and that's actually something that I suggest a lot of producers do, is to build up your sample libraries, because you'll never know when you'll need a specific sound. Let's say you want a flute sound or something like that, but you don't have any flutes. You really want a flute sound in your one track, but you don't have any flute libraries. So you're going to go looking for flutes, and you're going to look for flute samples, and you'll just end up wasting time and wasting some potential ideas and creativity. But if you already have the flute samples, then you can just load them up and start writing melodies instantly. So there's one sample I think I already want to work with, and it's this one. I think I could make kind of a cool bass line out of that, so let's drag that onto a new track. Let's get rid of this little bit of silence at the beginning. And I don't like how that clicks, so we're going to go to fades, and then just fade that out a bit. That sounds pretty good, and now we'll pitch this down. That sounds pretty cool right there, actually. And I think that's at about 145 beats per minute, so let's boost the tempo up to 145. That fits perfectly. So now I'm going to make a little bass line. I think I want a bass line that goes dun-dun, 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 dun, something kind of intimidating like that. So just change my grid. I always screw around with the grid before I'm able to make anything. And let's start making our bass line. I'm going to take the second note, and I'll copy it and pitch it up. I think I gotta add a little fade to that as well. And at the end here, I want to change the pitch of these two notes. But if I just change the pitch of them right here, the tempo is going to change as well. So let's turn on warp mode, and now we'll go to complex, and we'll just pitch them back up. So there's our little bass line. Pretty cool. I'm going for kind of a trap sound, so let's try to add some hi-hats. And I'm going to try to stick to only Windows sounds for this beat. If I can't get any decent drum sounds, I'll just go to one of my sample packs, but I'm going to try to use as many Windows sounds as I can for the melodies and for everything I can in this track. What would be a cool hi-hat? Maybe I could take the end of that sample. Let's right-click and go to normalize. This. That could work as a hi-hat. And before I do anything else, I'm going to go over to my Filter Global tab. I'm going to take the release and bring it down to 0. And I'm going to go to the voices and put it on 1, so we don't have any overlapping notes or chords. So let's start writing out a little hi-hat pattern. Add another little switch up here. We'll go to 32 triplets because those are crazy fast. And we'll have those go up in pitch right there. Okay, I think that hi-hat pattern is pretty good. We can always change it up a little bit later. so right now we've just got a bass line and some hi-hats. Let's try adding something else, maybe kind of like an ambient melody or something like that. Maybe we'll try this. This has a pretty nice sound to it. Maybe we'll pitch this down. Ooh. Move this over. I kind of like it here, right here as kind of an incidental sound. And I want to add a crazy heck ton of reverb to this, just make it ring out. Turn off the chorus. And this is sounding pretty cool actually. I want to add a few more sounds. That could be kind of a chant sample. Yeah, that would be perfect. Man, that's perfect right there. That actually sounds a lot like a chant sample, which is kind of crazy. What is that sample even? Maybe we can try to make an 808 with this. That might be good. I'm gonna open up another sampler and we'll drag that in. Let's actually go into sampler and we'll try some distortion. And now we'll try to write out kind of an 808 bass. I got an idea. Dun, 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 something like that.
Almost forgot, we gotta turn the bass down and then set the voices to 1.
Let's also cut the low end frequencies out of this hi-hat here. Boost up those highs a bit. Let's also distort this sound a little bit. This is something that I don't think I've seen any other producer do, but I like doing sometimes, is distorting my hi-hats to get rid of that little sharp transient. Sometimes the transient of the hi-hat sort of messes with the way the kick sounds whenever you've got the kick in the track. Then turn it down a bit. That's pretty good. I think we still need a little bit more of a melody. Maybe I could use this for something. Try to write out something that sounds cool. Okay, we've got an alright sound here, but I think this could be better. Ooh, that's like an acidy sound. Add some reverb and some delay. I wonder what this would sound like pitched up. Let's try that. I like that even more. And then maybe on the second half, then we'll have the melody go down in pitch. So right here we've got it at a higher pitch. And right here we'll just go down to the transpose, bring it down to -12, which would be octave down. I'm hearing a little bit of that chord ring out at the end though, so let's go over to our filter global tab and try to cut that out. Let's make this kind of a plucked sound. So we'll take the sustain and put it down. Ooh, that would work really well as some kind of triangle or something. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Maybe this could be kind of a snare or a clap. It kind of sounds like a clap, maybe. That could kind of work maybe layered over a snare. Maybe I should try to make my bass out of this instead, because there doesn't appear to be any sort of chord layered underneath it, so this might be a little bit better actually. Let's go back to this. Ooh. Now that sounds like a legit 808. That's a lot better than what I had before. Man, that is awesome. Now that we got a better 808, try some drums. I just don't think this is gonna work. Maybe this. We'll just try something.
Have to kick down a lot to even resemble a kick.
Ooh. I think I may have accidentally made a 909 kick. Sounds really freaking close. So this might actually work. It works pretty well with the 808 too. It'll sound even better once I sidechain or duck the 808 to the kick. Let's try to add some little cymbals, I guess. There's a little bit of a crash sound to that. Maybe we can use that. Ooh, that is an awesome sound. I gotta throw that in as some kind of little sub-melody. Maybe I should slow this down, like all the pro producers do with gross beat. But because we're on Mac, I'm actually going to use an alternative. This is by percussion, and it's called Rhythmizer. It's basically a gross beat equivalent that works on Windows or Mac, and it's actually a really good plugin. Let's filter this out and distort it actually. Nice. That works as kind of a nice ambient pad there, actually. Maybe we'll add some of these as sound effects. Yeah, those will be cool, actually. Whoa, it's kind of cool like this. That's like a weird rattling sound. The moral of this story today is to always pitch down your sounds because they start sounding really cool, actually. I swear, almost all of the sounds here are like very pitched down because that's when you start to get a really cool tone out of them. Alright, and I'd say we're just about done with this beat here. I've been working on it for a while, and I think this is the best I can do with just Windows sounds. I could make something that sounds a lot better if I allowed myself to add some sample pack drums or some synths and VSTs in, but just for the Windows sounds, I think I did a good enough job. So after this, I'm going to mix and master this beat, maybe tweak a few things here and there, and then we'll have the finished beat, which I will play at the end of this video. So that was my video, and if you enjoyed it, please check out my channel and subscribe for more music-related content.